Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on National Random Acts of Kindness Day. What a great coincidence that was. I'm going to introduce Jill to you right now. Jill Lublin is an international speaker on the topics of radical influence, publicity, kindness, networking, and referrals. She is the author of 4 best-selling books, including Get Noticed, Get Referrals, Guerrilla Publicity, and Networking Magic. Her latest book, The Profit of Kindness, went #1 in 4 categories. Jill is a master strategist on how to position your business for more profitability and more visibility in the marketplace. She is the CEO of a strategic consulting firm, and she has over 25 years experience working with over 100,000 people, plus the national and international media. Jill teaches a virtual publicity crash course, and she consults and speaks all over the world. She also helps authors to create book deals with major publishers and agents, as well as to obtain foreign rights deals. So without further ado, everyone, please welcome Jill Lublin.
Woo, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you. And Mary Beth, is Jan on? I just can't see.
He is not yet, no.
Okay, beautiful. I want to show you something that I found that I'm framing, and hopefully you can read this, that says, there is magic in every act of kindness. There is magic in every act of kindness. Please remember that. I want to thank Johnny. Johnny, give us a raise hand, please. Raise your hands so we can find you in the Hollywood squares, Johnny. Johnny sent me this beautiful candle, which today provides the light. It's from the Yes You Can Candle Company. Hang on, there it is. And the word is kindness. So I have lit the candle for all of us today on this beautiful Random Acts of Kindness Day, which where we will be practicing Conscious Acts of Kindness Day. And I would like to ask you to also, if you could, be on speaker view is great. And let's take a moment. Just get centered in your chair, please. Take a beautiful, deep, cleansing breath. And be with the word kindness. Feel it. Say it to yourself, kindness. And feel the vibration in you. Feel the elevation in you. Feel the kindness in you. And with that, let's take another deep breath together. And bring the whole world into this circle of kindness today. Put our arms around all. And your arms around you. And we bless you with kindness, amplified in you and amplified in the world. And when you're complete, come back to the room. And I am just grateful you're here today. Grateful you're here today. You know, today is Brain Day because I have an incredible colleague, John Assaraf. Some of you have probably heard of him. He is amazing. He is an amazing, transformational leader. He's been featured in The Secret. He has multiple books. He's known for his brain work. And he was supposed to be here live today, but frankly, something happened with his schedule. So what we did is we interviewed him yesterday, and our team did a beautiful edit job. And I thank the team, a great team job on creating his video on kindness in the brain. So we want to present to you today, and there's an intro for him, John Assaraf. Go ahead and roll the tape, so to speak, Mary Beth. today you're going to be so wonderfully connected to your brain and how it works and how you can be a better human being, because we have John Assaraf, a longtime friend and colleague. And I'm going to tell you about him because he is so amazing. John is one of the leading mindset and behavioral experts in the world, who has appeared numerous times with Larry King Live, Anderson Cooper, and on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. John has built 5 multi-million-dollar companies, including taking one public on NASDAQ and growing Remax of Indiana to 1,200 sales associates and $4.5 billion a year in sales. He's written a new best-selling book in addition to 2 New York Times best-selling books, and he's been translated in 35 languages. He's been featured in 10 movies, including the blockbuster hit The Secret and Quest for Success with Richard Branson and the Dalai Lama. Today, John Assaraf is the founder and CEO of My NeuroGym, a company dedicated to using the most advanced technologies and evidence-based brain training methods to help individuals strengthen their mindset so they unleash their inner power and maximize their results. Welcome, John.
Hi there, Jill, and hi there, everybody who's listening to us right now.
Well, I am so grateful to have you. And, you know, I've launched this year of kindness. And one of the things, you're such a brilliant brain-based specialist. And I want you first, if you might, to talk to us about kindness, the brain, how we can have more kindness and a better brain.
The brain and kindness. So I think everybody's very, very familiar that there are, reward circuits in the brain. And anytime, for example, if we eat something sweet, this reward circuit in our brain activates and we feel good. By the same token, if something, let's say, really negative happens to us that may be painful, then those circuits activate. So when we're talking about kindness, we're talking about circuits that turn on and off and circuits that release neurochemicals into our bloodstream that cause us to feel a certain way. Is it possible that when somebody's being kind to us, where we feel appreciated, when we feel loved, when we feel accepted, when we feel good, that's the result of this reward system kicking in and maybe releasing dopamine, serotonin, maybe oxytocin, the love neurochemical? Well, the answer is, of course. Now, not only does that happen when we are receiving loving kindness, care, and comfort from others, but when we actually give a nice compliment, a smile, a hug, a nod, anything that shows kindness, whether it's to an animal, a plant, a human being, the environment, ourselves, we are activating that reward neurochemical part of our brain that we become addicted to it. Now, why is that important? Well, the reward center of our brain is actually connected to the motivational center of our brain. The motivational circuits in our brain are connected to the behavioral center in our brain. So when we are doing or receiving anything in the realm of kindness and loving and care, those circuits that perpetuate more of that get activated, reinforced, and then we look to do and receive more of what makes us feel great. So it's an all-around winning formula for everybody. And gratitude falls into that place as well.
Yes. Oh, I love that. You know, one of the things I love to tell people is you have to practice a conscious act of kindness every day. And you just made my case for it, right? So I love that.
The neurochemistry of kindness.
Oh, I love that. And, in terms of if we don't feel like it, John, I mean, you're just having that grumpy kind of day or something's going awry. What do you recommend? How can we change that brain to create more kindness to get better?
So there's something that I teach all of my students around either negative, disempowering, or even destructive self-talk. Whenever I hear myself saying, I really don't feel like it, I say to myself, okay, I know you don't, but just do a little bit anyway. Now, why is that an important little skill? Our brain is basically lazy. It wants to conserve energy. So if we're tired, if we've had a long day, a long week, if things aren't going our way, then we really don't feel like doing certain things. However, when we allow that little voice to control us, one time is not a big deal. Twice, not really that big of a deal. However, our brain learns patterns. And if we allow us to do that one time, two times, three times, for us to do it a fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So everything that we do or don't do has consequences. So what pattern do you want to reinforce? The I don't feel like it pattern? When we develop a pattern of I don't feel like it, I don't want to right now, your brain remembers, but not only does it remember, it formulates a neural pattern that if you do it often enough, it becomes automatic to do that. So I like to be aware of my positive, negative, constructive, destructive, empowering, disempowering patterns, and then deliberately shift as many as I can to tilt them in my favor so that I'm happier, healthier, wealthier, more giving, more kind, etc. So when we develop the identity and the characteristics of somebody who can override the I don't feel like it pattern in our brain, now we're developing trust with ourselves. Now we're developing more self-confidence. Now we're developing more certainty. Now we're developing more personal power to override a I don't feel like it message that pops up into our head, because we're not our thoughts, we're not our emotions, and we're not our behaviors. We have those, and we can deliberately and consciously evolve ourselves based on the new science of neuroplasticity and automaticity that says that anything that we repeat becomes an automatic, unconscious pattern that runs itself. So, which do you want? Do you want to let your I don't feel like it mind control you in self-talk, or the one that overrides that as in control? That's character building.
I love that. I love that. It's a really good thing to be in practice of, right? Especially as we're all in these intense times that we've been in. And so some people, yeah, please.
Sorry, you said something that I want to piggyback on. It's something we should practice, right? I want everybody to think about this. Practice is what makes permanent. So if you practice the wrong things become permanent. If you practice negativity, it becomes permanent. If you practice destructive thoughts or emotions or behavior, it becomes permanent. You can shift the permanence of it through deliberate focus and mindfulness and a shift in what you do. But I want you to just remember, if you practice I can, then you can. If you practice I can't, you can't. If you practice kindness, you will develop a pattern for practicing kindness.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you know, John, as we all know, obviously, with everything that's been happening, people are feeling more anxious, more of a lot of things, right? I mean, I hear a lot of things from different folks. Thank you, John. Thank you really for making this so much simpler. And, you know, I know you're an amazing man full of great information, and I would love our listeners to be able to connect to you. Do you have a way or something you'd like to give away to them?
I do a lot of free training. So every Tuesday on my Facebook fan page, I do a live 30-minute training with Q&A on Instagram Live and on Facebook Live. So they can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. If anybody's interested in finding out more about my latest best-selling book, they can go to ignitemybrain.com. It's called Inner Size, the New Science to Unlock Your Brain's Hidden Power. And ignitemybrain.com, they could read about it and then order on Amazon. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on Clubhouse now. It's like I'm on all the social media channels. And then my company's name is NeuroGym, and our website is myneurogym.com. And we do free trainings every Saturday as well. Basically 6-7 hours of brain training with me and 5 other brain experts. And it's called the Brainathon. And again, you can get all these links. It's brainathon123.com.
All right. We are going to post those links in the chat. I hope that you enjoyed John. I think he's always amazing with what he says. Can we get a jazz hands for enjoying John? Yes, every month we're dedicated to giving you amazing thought leaders who are big in their fields. And I'm going to do that brain-a-thon. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. So enjoy. And go ahead back to gallery view if you'd like. And a couple things. Number one, we're going to make sure you have all the links to John's work posted in the chat, and Mary Beth will be doing that. We are going to go into breakout rooms, but before we do that, I want to mention a couple things. People Magazine does a kindness issue in November, but they also do kindness stories every month. I love People Magazine. It's just this great way for my brain to rest. And they do this beautiful kindness awards. And remember last month, I mentioned, please pick a project in your community. Pick something that you can do that's easy for you, that's you want to do, and that gives you joy and feels good to your heart. So that's a beautiful thing. And then, my friends, feel free to let someone nominate you for the Kindness Awards from People Magazine, because you know I'm a publicity expert and I want you to get publicity. And these Kindness Awards are a super way to do that for your work in the community. We have a way that you can nominate yourselves, or frankly, nominate someone else in your groups, or whatever works for you. I just want to make you aware that this is happening in November, and you can start creating your kindness projects now. You can get rewarded and awarded for it. We love that, but we do kindness no matter what. And Mary Beth will also post in the chat their link for the Kindness Awards, and we'll keep repeating that every month so that you remember that, so that you keep that forward in your consciousness. And the point is, pick a project, small or large, whatever works for you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into breakouts now, and we're going to have 12 minutes. You're going to have 7 people in your breakout. And what we'd like you to talk about, as we always do, is what the thought leader talked about, what John Assaraf talked about, and that is, how's your brain doing? How's your brain doing? And in these times, like, what do you think you need to do? So one of the things I learned from him in his Inner Size book is take 6 deep breaths. You know, just before I came on here, I did that. So there's wonderful things. He actually says he does it. He sets an alarm every hour, or in between clients or big talks that he does, and just sets an alarm and does that. I thought, well, that's super cool and easy, right? So what can you do to help your brain? Just even based on what he said, and sharing a little bit how your brain's doing. And then I actually would, if you'd like to share in your breakout groups, please. And the chat will be open in your breakout groups too. So please share information in your breakout rooms with who you are if you'd like to connect. And I'd like you to share also your conscious act of kindness for today's Random Act of Kindness Day. I know it's a juxtaposition, but what the heck? What is your conscious act of kindness that you're going to do today on Random Acts of Kindness Day? And how's your brain doing in these times? Figure you got 1 minute apiece, my friends. And by the way, I do want you, yes, a minute is long enough. And it is. And practice that kind of expression of focus. And that's kind to others, right? So Mary Beth has posted it in the chat. And when you go into your breakout rooms, here's my request. Just the shortest haired person, person with the shortest hair, they get to go first. And the person with the longest hair will be the timer. How about that? All right. Longest hair is the timer. Shortest hair goes first. And then a super fast, effective way is that person picks the next person. That's just a great way to facilitate and make things really simple. Everybody got it? Give me a thumbs up if you're clear. Excellente. Okay, off we go for 12 minutes to breakout rooms. And if you need to click join, please do. In the meanwhile, have fun and be kind. We'll see you in 12. Welcome back. Give me a high woo woo if you like that. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, thank you. So I just got a little private message about these cards. I want to just re-clarify. This is a wonderful organization that has these fabulous kindness cards. Tag your it, and you give it to somebody where you practice that random act / conscious act of kindness. You give it to them. It's an indication that they have it. And then guess what? You ask them to spread it on. Okay, these are free. We put it in the chat. Mary Beth will post it again for how to get these free, fabulous spread it on, pass it on kindness cards. So that'll be really fun. And then I would love to hear some shares. So a few things. One is raise your hand actually in the chat if you could please to share. We'll take 3 shares. And then I would love for you, if you would like, share also in the chat what your ahas were or something that really touched you from something somebody else shared. So the chat is an opportunity to share that, not necessarily just post your who you are. Okay, so I'm just asking if you'd share that in the chat or raise your hand officially in the chat. And Mary Beth, who do we have who'd like to share? We'll take 3 shares.
Kate, and then Rhonda, and then one more.
I think Pat had her hand raised.
Okay, then Pat will be 3rd.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll do it in that order. And Mary Beth, who was first that you called on?
Kate.
Hello. So what I really got from that was that there are so many different ways to be kind, not only to others, but also to yourself. And that kindness really does start with when you're kind to yourself, you have more kindness to give to other people as well.
Yes, amen. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Kate. We appreciate that. All right.
Rhonda.
Jill, Mary Beth, I realized how sensitive I am and all this beautiful kindness. I had tears in my eyes. I was trying to slow it down and I just go, nope, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. I love the resources in our group that we were in. There were, like resources, how to support each other in keeping our balance. And then also, I love all the stories from everyone. Thank you for that breakout.
Thank you. Thank you. I know, sometimes kindness just touches our hearts so much. I mean, I showed you the candle Johnny sent me. Thank you again. And honestly, Johnny, when I opened that package, I felt so touched. One of my clients sent me a cheese package from Wisconsin. It was like, oh my gosh, so touching, so touching. So kindness is very touching, and let it flow whatever emotion comes forth. Thank you, Rhonda, for sharing.
And Pat.
So my act of kindness here is to pass it on to Todd, who has a really great tip for being kind. So Todd, do you want to step up and do that?
Todd, you're on mute if you're speaking.
There we go. Well, I was just passing on a very simple exercise that I've done for decades called 20-20-20. What happens is we tend to sit and work and just get so engrossed in what we do, we forget. And the new quote that I love is that sitting is the new smoking. And 20-20-20 is that every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. And if in fact you do that, it tends to help you recenter. And you can also bring in the mindfulness piece. You can bring in the breathing piece. I've been a yoga teacher and a mindfulness coach for 20 plus years. So these kinds of things are kind of redundant to me, but I find that a lot of people still don't know some of these very interesting and effective things. So Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Todd. That was super great and an excellent just reminder. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I think that's important, really, honestly, for all of us to keep remembering that. So super great. And I see these beautiful comments. I'm looking to the side, these beautiful comments about what's happened in your groups. And I love that. So thank you. Thank you for that. I just also want to remind you all that next month's Kindness Circle is on March 17th. And Marcy Scheimoff will be our wonderful thought leader in person with us. She's written beautiful books like Happy for No Reason and Love for No Reason. And she's also been featured in The Secret and so many other places. So just want to remind you about that. That's super exciting. I'm going to request that you practice a random act of kindness today by spreading the word about this wonderful kindness circle. And we do have fabulous kindness circles, and we're going to post them in the chat, and you can spread the word about our year of kindness, but invite people also into these free kindness circles. So I would really appreciate that as your conscious act of kindness today, is invite people to our kindness circles, and Mary Beth will post that in the chat. And also I want to make sure that we get a wonderful picture, because you can take your own screenshot, but let's go to gallery view. And my request for all of you is that you do jazz hands or anything fun. We are going to capture a screenshot, and Steve, you can help me with that too, would be great. That's just, I'm so excited for all of you to be seen and heard. I love that. So let's do it. Mary Beth, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. Keep smiling. Keep spreading kindness. Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what we're just so you know, one more heads up and thumbs up and jazz hands. Woo!
Okay, we're good.
Because kindness is fun, my friends. And what we're going to do is we're going to post this on all of our groups. And then I'm going to ask you to do that too, with our link to our circles, our kindness circles. All right. So that would just be super. And we appreciate that. Now, what we're also going to do is now put you into breakouts for giving and receiving, because kindness is about giving and receiving. Many of you, and most of you that I know in here, wow, you have superpowers beyond. And it's a beautiful thing. And here's what I'd love you to do is in your breakout rooms, which will be, how long? Bear with me. 12 minutes. Yep, we're going to do 12-minute breakouts. We're going to put 7 people in a room, and I want you to tell people, what do you give? What can you give? What can you give? And what would you like to receive? This time, the longest hair person is doing the timing. 1 minute apiece, please. That gives you a little space to connect. And then the shortest person hair, you get the point. I'm slightly dyslexic. It shows up at times. The shortest person hair, you like that? They will go first. And then again, remember, you pick the next person. Just makes things a lot easier. Everybody ready? Give me, I'm ready. Thumbs up. I'm ready. Excellent. Mary Beth, you're up. Have fun, everyone.
Here we go. Open the chat first. Chat, then rooms.
Welcome back. So I see we're actually getting toward the top of the hour. So in respect of time, what I'd love you to do is actually, would you post in the chat an aha for you, just something like went, wow, from today. Let's see some of your ahas. Go ahead and take a moment, and Mary Beth, go ahead and open the chat and let them give their big ahas for the day. Janet, I'll take yours verbally, and that would be great. Go ahead, Janet.
It's just wonderful to be with so many like-minded people that want to make a difference in the world. And I can't say that I get that from every Zoom I attend.
Absolutely. Beautiful kindness keepers. That's what I've deemed you all. Kindness keepers. And I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. And Mary Beth's posting in the chat how you can keep kindness going and in inviting your friends into our kindness circles. And then I want to end with a quote that Jewel wrote, Jewel the musician. She says that in the end, only kindness matters. In the end, only kindness matters. Can we all give a thumbs up on that? Or a, you know, and I'd like you all, would you do me a favor to give yourselves a hand? Give yourselves a hand for being here today, for saying yes to kindness. And I invite you once more to practice a conscious act of kindness on today's Random Act of Kindness Day. Woohoo! And thank you, everyone. Blessings on your kindness journey. Have a beautiful, blessed, kind rest of your day.